What is going on, YouTube? It is All Things Mets Media, and today's video is going to be about Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander and why they need to perform for the New York Mets right away. And yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to get into this video, guys. But man, Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander. Over the offseason, we knew that, with the loss of Jacob deGrom, that the Mets would have to make a big move, to fix this pitching rotation. We knew that deGrom probably wasn't going to stay with the New York Mets, but Steve Cohen ended up getting Justin Verlander for 3 years. Now, Justin Verlander is an MVP, a 3-time Cy Young winner, literally just won the Cy Young in 2022. So listen, Steve Cohen put all his eggs in his basket in Justin Verlander. And yeah, man, the Mets and the rotation, it was supposed to be a dream rotation with, Max Scherzer, with Justin Verlander. But there was a problem. These guys are old. Max Scherzer is like 40 years old. Justin Verlander is about 40 years old as well. These guys are old. These guys are not young pitchers. Yes, they are proven. Yes, they've had success in their career. But Max Scherzer, literally has in the 2023 season right now, he's 2-2 with a 5.56 ERA. That is not Max Scherzer. Now, last year, Max Scherzer was hurt, and he had an okay season for the New York Mets, but he missed a lot of time. And in the postseason, Max Scherzer pitched and he got rocked. He got basically destroyed. So listen, I think that Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander are very important to the 2023 Mets and the pitching rotation. And the pitching rotation in 2023 has been horrendous, has been horrible. It's literally been so bad. I've never seen such a bad pitching rotation in a long time with the New York Mets. So listen, Justin Verlander, like I said, all the pressure is on Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer because they're supposed to be great. I know that they're, about 40 years old, both of them, but I know that they're one of the best pitchers. They're guaranteed Hall of Famers, So Steve Cohen, I know what Steve Cohen was trying to do. He was trying to get the best guy in the free agency that's a pitcher, and that was Justin Verlander. And the Astros, basically let him go because they didn't want to pay all that money. Steve Cohen basically signed him for 3 years. So listen, Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, they're supposed to be great. They're supposed to be really good for this team. There's a reason why Steve Cohen got him. So listen, but this season, Justin Verlander has just made one start. He literally started the season on the IL. So, and Max Scherzer, started on the IL as well and got suspended in this season as well. So Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, they just haven't had the amount of opportunities that we want to see them. We want to see the Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Kodal Senga, rotation. We want to see the rotation that was supposed to be the rotation. We want to see that, but we literally just got one start from Justin Verlander, and it would get what's against the Tigers. And the Tigers beat them. Now, the Mets didn't score any runs, and Justin Verlander allowed 2 runs, and now he's 0-1 with a 3.60 ERA. But the Mets didn't score any runs. Justin Verlander wasn't great against the Tigers, which is one of the worst baseball teams in all of baseball right now. And, they literally, Javier Baez and Riley Green hit back-to-back home runs on Justin Verlander. So there's a lot of pressure right now with the Mets, and I think that pitching is very important. Max Scherzer has to be Max Scherzer. He has to be. Verlander has to be great. They both have to be great, because if they're not, then the Mets are screwed for the 2023 season, because they put all their eggs in their basket for Justin Verlander and got this guy. So, this guy is making so much money, man. So the fact that the Mets have these guys, they're supposed to be great, but they just haven't been great. Now, to be fair, Justin Verlander has only had one start with the New York Mets, and that was against the Tigers, like I said. And, he did lose the game. The Mets didn't really score any runs for him, and he lost 2-0, and so he got that loss. But just in general, Justin Verlander, I think, is going to be okay. I hope. I want Justin Verlander to be dominant. To be dominant. I don't want a mediocre Justin Verlander. I want him to be dominant. I want him to be great. So, Steve Cohen, I hope he got the great Verlander. And I know Verlander just won the AL Cy Young. The AL Cy Young is one of the hardest awards to win. Literally one of the hardest awards to win. And Justin Verlander did it at the age of 39 years old. So, listen, I think he's still great. I think Justin Verlander still has a lot in him. So I hope that he performs in his next start, which is going to be against the Cincinnati Reds, the Cincinnati Reds is an okay team. They're not the best team, but, I think they're better than the Tigers for sure. So Verlander better come pitching, and I hope the Mets hit as well. But we're not talking about the Mets hitting right now. We're talking about the Mets pitching. And the fact that the pitching rotation has just not been good. It's just not been good. There's been so many injuries. Carrasco, Quintana, David Peterson has been horrible. They had to send him to AAA because he's been so bad. And they got Joey Lucchesi to come, and he made one really good start, and he hasn't been good ever since. So listen, the Mets pitching rotation is a big, big issue for the New York Mets. And I don't know what Billy Epler or the Mets are going to do. But I know that Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander have to perform. They have to be great. Because if they're not, then the Mets are literally screwed. Literally screwed. So, Max Scherzer, I know Max Scherzer doesn't throw 96 anymore, 95 miles per hour anymore. And Justin Verlander, doesn't throw at that much, 95, 96, 97 anymore. But listen, Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander are the best pitchers literally to ever grace a mound. So Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, guaranteed Hall of Famers. So they better come to perform for the Mets because the Mets desperately need Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer to be themselves. They need them to be great, not just a mediocre Max Scherzer and not a mediocre Justin Verlander. And Max Scherzer has just been horrible. Max Scherzer, the fact that he got suspended, it was even worse, and he wasn't even guilty. So Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, they need to perform for these New York Mets. If they don't, then the Mets are literally screwed, and they're going to have to look for some other options in the trade deadline and maybe trade some prospects for a pitcher or something, because Steve Cohen wants to win now. He wants to make the playoffs. He wants to win the World Series. And he put this timeline on the New York Mets, which basically is 5 years to win the World Series. And a lot of people are looking into the Mets and saying the Mets have to be great. The Mets have a great team on paper. So we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, the pitching is very, very important. And this is the worst pitching rotation I've ever seen since probably 2019, maybe. I don't know. This is not good. With all these injuries, and I know that the Mets always get injured, and obviously, but these old guys, we knew that these guys were going to get injured. We just knew it. Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, these guys are 40 years old. Of course they're going to get injured. It just makes perfect sense. So, yeah, man. At the end of the day, the Mets, they need those two guys, Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer, to perform. And they need him to perform now. Now, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Max Scherzer and do you guys think that Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander still have it? Do you guys think that they still have it, or do you guys think that they're washed out? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. And yeah, man, LFGM for life. Let's go Mets, baby. And man, I hope that we have a good season. I know that the Braves are winning a lot of games, but I hope that the Mets just pick up the pace, man. We need to win games. LFGM, man. I'm out of here.